Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and we're going to do our Marguerite Miller challenge today. This is number 42, which is the week that I am working in right now. Now, it may not publish until next week, but we're going to do this one, and immediately after we get finished with this, we will do our series on our unusual page ideas for our journals. So stay tuned for that. All right, we've got an image in black and white, something in color you don't typically use, botanicals, flowers, plants, graph paper or lined paper, a chocolate candy wrapper. Ooh, I forgot to get that. Anything that starts with the letter Y. Now, I am going to use this. This is a graph paper that is almost a yellowish, so that'll kill two birds with one stone. I don't like that saying, kill two birds with one stone, but I just got through saying it, didn't I? But we're going to, let's see, I'm going to tear that right there. So everybody, I think, has been really enjoying our series on the unusual page ideas. So you guys stay tuned for that. Or, you know, if you don't particularly care for the Marguerite Miller challenge that she has here, you can just scroll right on through and go on over to the closer to probably 25-minute mark, and that'll start on the unusual page ideas for junk journals or for journals. I have been doing those. This is the third week, so it's been fun coming up with some different page ideas. You know, sometimes you just want a little bit of something that's a little bit different than what you've been doing or what you've seen out there. And I like, you know me, I like different. For some reason, I cannot get this put down where I want it. I like different. Look how crooked. That's not where I want it either. This was going to be easy in theory, but, you know, in theory is a different story when you've got me involved. There we go. Give him a card. Okay. So that goes there. Wow, that took an act of Congress, didn't it? And then I'm going to go ahead and put one down here too, just so that we can have it on both pages. Now I have no idea if I'm going to be able to tear this. Yep, I did, didn't I? This is a pretty thin paper, so not a problem with tearing it. And let's see, let's bring it down about right there. So if any of you have any ideas on some unusual pages, you're welcome to leave them in the comments below, and I'll be glad to try to do them for you. If you've got, you know, had one in your head and you just can't figure out how to do it, then you can tell me a little bit about it in the comments. And if you have some kind of picture or something like that you've seen somewhere else, if you want to send that to us, our email is down below, and you can just email it to us, and then that way we can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. Now I put that down a little crooked, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to leave it. Now also now yellow is a color that I use very, very seldom unless it's in a flower. So something in a color you don't typically use. This is a piece of wallpaper, and it has these yellow flowers in there, so I thought I would put that down, and I'm just going to tear off the outside part of it. So I don't use yellow a lot, but you know what? I don't use black a lot either, so I think black and yellow would be probably the two colors that I very seldom use. And then I also have, let's see, botanical flowers and plants. I have this flower. I thought that was really pretty. And then I have some of these flowers. And for my something in black and white, I've got this collection, and I think it says an image. Yes, an image in black and white. I have this collection, and I think this is from, ooh, I want to say e-paperie, but there's no name on here, so I'm not 100% sure. But I am going to tear these two ladies out here. I'm just going to tear them with my fingers, but I think I'll do this. This is a pretty tough paper. But she's in black and white. And then this lady is in black and white. Now, I know I'm going to have more people ask, because every time I do this challenge, I have people ask. And I tell it in every video possible. Every video that I do of hers. This came from Marguerite Miller's Etsy store. And you can find that over on Etsy. Just go to Etsy and type in Marguerite Miller. Her name will be in the description or in the title of this video. But you can just type that in and it will bring up her Etsy store, and that's where I got this. Now let's see, what if we put her right there, and then this lady over here, and I think I'm going to tear this in half and put a piece on both pages just to kind of bring it together, bring the pages together. Put one there and one there, and then we'll put that flower there maybe. And I'm not sure that we even need another one, but let's see what else we're supposed to have. Okay, I got the image in black and white, something color you don't particularly use, botanicals, graph paper or lined paper, and then a candy wrapper. Okay, I need to run and get a candy wrapper. I know exactly where one is, right over by my husband's desk, but I need to run and get that. And I may not put this on there. I'm kind of not feeling it now that I got it out. I may just put this somehow. I don't know. I'm going to get that candy wrapper and think about this one. So here is that candy wrapper. And at least it's sugar-free. So, where are we going to put that? I think I'll just cut the back off of it. And I'll put that there, and I may just go ahead and put this one on the other side. Why not? Just balance it out there, won't it? Okay. So that has got our candy wrapper. It's got all of them. Now we just need to figure out how we want to put them down. Okay, I'm just going to start gluing, and we'll figure everything else out later. If I don't start gluing, I will never get the things on there. Now I am not going to ink around these. I know, shock. But I think with that light background, it'll look fine. Okay. All right, now this is a sticker. So all we need to do is peel the backing off of that. I may put that right there beside her. And I'll just need to put something else down here at the bottom, but that's okay. Put our Russell Stover down there. If you've never had any of this sugar-free candy, it's really good. It is really good. You know, I can't I can't eat sugar because I'm a diabetic, so I love those though. They have them in all different kinds. And they, to me, I mean, they have a little bit of an aftertaste if you eat very many of them. But of course, I usually only eat one at a time, so it's not that big a deal for me. But they're really good. Okay, I'm looking for some washi that I might be able to use on here. Okay, I think what I'll do first is I'll use some of these little washi pieces. They're washi stamps. And I think I'm actually peeling 2 at a time off here. These we had in the store. We're sold completely out. We're waiting on another shipment. Well, there are 2 there, but for some reason I can't get them apart, so I'm going to put that down and then see if I can pull it apart. Sometimes if you glue the back one down, you can get the top one off of it. This is my error. Normally they do not do this, but this is me. I'm sure I started the roll off at the wrong place. Well, that's just not coming apart, so you know what? We're going to leave it. It does have another little flower behind it, but it doesn't want to come apart, so it's just going to stay there. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull off a few more. This is another little flower. So we got lots of botanicals going here. And we'll see what we can do over here. Now let's go ahead and glue this. You can hear that sticks to my desk because I've got so much glue on my desk. I've got to have a cleaning day tomorrow. Let's see. I'm not going to stick that down just yet at the top. I think I want to put this underneath. There we go. And our big flower here. These are hard to use on a tag. Excuse me. On a tag, and I have had them in my stash, so I thought when it asked for a botanical, I thought this would be the ideal thing. Good place to use them. Okay. And then our little Russell Stover piece here. I enjoy these challenges. I know some people, it's not their cup of tea and they don't particularly care for it, and a lot of people don't watch when I do these, but I enjoy it. You know, when you're just getting prompts and you've got to go from the prompts and put things together, I don't know, it's interesting to me. It's a challenge, and you know, I am always up for a challenge. I may not get the challenge exactly right, but I'm up for it. It challenges your mind too, and it keeps you sharp and thinking about things and what will go with what. And I have got to put a little piece of paper under the last one that I peel up because I'm having a hard time here. Alright, let's see. I don't think there's lots of places over here that we can put a stamp, but we'll bring in one right there. And then I'm going to cover this, so I'm going to cover this with just another piece here. Love those teacups on that. Aren't they pretty? Yeah, that'll be about the right size, so that'll work. Oops, I've got too much stuff here. Okay, that's got a little place right there that looks like it's squared off for a stamp. So we're just going to put that in there. Okay, so we've got everything on here. I don't know. Let's see. Where's our other washi? We may just come back in with a little bit of this washi since this is floral too. And just put a little piece on the side. Make it look like that's what's holding that down. Maybe. Sometimes you can just fill in the page with washi. And it's a good way to use up your washi too. Because I know you're like me and you've got tons of washi in your stash. Alright, one more little piece right there. This right here, I feel like I need something on, so I'm just going to run some washi down through there. There we go. Alright, I think that is the page. We've got all of the prompts, including the bonus. So that is week 42 of the Marguerite Miller challenge. Next week we'll be on week 43. I can't believe we're almost through this year. So, alright, let's get into making some unusual journal pages. Okay, we are ready to do some page ideas. This one's going to be a little bit different, but all of my other ones were a little bit different too. Now I have 2 pages here. This one is just a regular, maybe 28-pound coffee dyed paper. And then I have this one, which is a little bit heavier, but you know, you can use anything that you have. I just liked the design on this one. This one came from Triple V Vintage, I do believe. But I like the design on it, so I was going to use it for the top page. And what I'm going to do is I have this Martha Stewart punch that I really, really love. Let's see if you can if I can get the glare off of it. There you go. Now I'm going to punch the top of this, and I know you're saying, oh my goodness, you're going to punch the top of that and that's going to make everything weaker, but I'll show you what we're going to do. It is a little trick that we used to do in our scrapbooking. Now this punch hasn't been used in a while, so it's a little bit rusty. And I start in the middle and I just work my way back and forth. And I just line all of these little punch pieces up and make sure it's all the way up against this little band here, and then I punch. And if you do that, you're going to get them straight every time. There we go. That one needs some aluminum foil to punch on. Okay, I'm just going to throw away these little giblets here. Alright, now this is going to be a pocket. It's going to be a double pocket, a pocket on this page and a pocket on this page. And of course, they will be separated in the journal, so they're not going to be side by side. Now, this page is a little bit longer than this page, so I'll probably have to trim some off, but that's okay. Not going to worry about that right now. I think I want my pocket about there. So the first thing I'm going to do is flip this over, and I'm just going to mark where I feel like I need to trim this bottom off. And then we'll give that a trim. My squeaky chair, my everything falling. Got lots of noises going on around me today. Okay, so that's what we have now. And now, I know people tend to not use punched out places like this in their journals because they're afraid that, you know, sliding tags in and out will make this, I mean, of course, when you punch this, it's going to be a little bit more flimsy. So they're afraid that this is going to tear. But this is what we used to do in the scrapbooking community many years ago when I scrapbooked. We took a brown paper we lined that brown paper up. And I'm just going to cut a piece off is the reason I'm doing this. Just going to cut, let's see. Need to cut a little bit deeper than that, I think. I'm going to cut right there. And this is just cardstock. It's pretty heavy cardstock. It's basil, so it's one of the best. It's about the only kind of cardstock I use is a basil. Okay, now what we're going to do, now you can do this two different ways. I have done them both ways. And I like both of them, so it doesn't matter which one you do. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to line it up right behind my punch like that. I don't mind these little pieces sticking up. I kind of like that, you see. But you could go ahead and punch this too and then just match it up if you want to. But I like that little brown peeking out there. I like that. And that reinforces this to keep it from bending. So that is what I'm going to do right there. So I'm just going to take my glue. And I'm just going to use my art glitter glue and use my little tip. It'll take a little bit, but that's okay. Just put some glue here and there. You don't have to put glue on every inch of it or every little petal. I just mainly put glue where I've got the largest amount of little pieces there. And then I try to make sure that I get some glue up at the top on those little open pieces or beside the little open pieces, because those are going to be the ones that need to be glued down. They're going to be the ones that are in jeopardy of getting bent when you put your tags and things in and out of your pocket. So I just kind of follow that little punch around through there. Make sure I get all that. And then just come back, and of course I put glue on my desk. I always do that. And then I go down below, make sure I got a line running there. And then just kind of sporadically around in different areas. And that should be enough. Then we're going to start right at the end. And I'm going to line it up with those little top punched pieces there. This is going to have to be slid down a little bit. So line the top up with those top punches. You know what I'm talking about. So see these little top pieces? Just line that top up with that. Then you don't have to worry about that getting bent when you put your tags and things back down in there. Okay, so like that. I'm going to go ahead and make sure this bottom is glued down well. Don't want anything hindering your tags going in and out. And then I'll just take a little towel, dry off any excess glue that might be sticking up there. And we're just going to trim that end off right there. Now, you could have also inked this before you put it down, but I'm going to ink after. And the reason being is I want this brown piece to be inked, so I'm not going to worry about going in there and getting every little piece of this. I mainly want the brown inked. Okay. Alright, now we're going to stick it down to this. And I'm not going to stick this down because that's going to be the fold and it's going to be in the signature. So I'm just going to stick it down here across the bottom and up this side. But I'm going to go ahead and trim off, I think, a little sliver of that. That way I can get my glue in the right spot maybe. Okay, now let's do this. So right down the side, across the bottom, and hope that you drive straighter than I do. There we go. And then we're going to just glue this down, lining it up all the way around. Ooh, need to pull it over some. There we go. That's better. Okay. Right, so now you have it lined up all around, and you just need to fold now, and you've got 2 pockets. So I am gonna, now I probably don't need to fold right now, but I'm going to anyway. I would let this dry if I were you, but impatient me is gonna fold. Okay, and you may have to go back in and put a little glue after you fold if you do like me and you don't wait. That's okay. Just glue it all back down. But I'm going to give that another good burnish. And there is a sweet pocket, double pocket. And look how pretty that turned out. I really, really like that. We used to do these all the time in our scrapbooks. It just made for a really pretty pocket, and then you could put photos and different things down here. Now, I don't think I'm going to cover any of that. If I do, it'll just be a little, you know, book plate or something. But, because that's so pretty. I love that imagery that she put on there. But you could also come down here and put another little pocket. Do you want to do that? Do we want to do that? We might. We could come down with another piece and just put another little pocket down here. What about if we came down with a brown piece and put a pocket down here and then punched out this and put on top of it? Make it look like lace. Ooh, let's do that. We'll still have lots of that showing, so let's just do it. You see, these are made up as I go. I don't have a clue. I make them up as I go. There was nothing planned about this, other than I knew I wanted to punch, but other than that, nothing else is planned. Now, this one I'll probably split because I don't want to get too much bulk in my signature here in the middle part. So I'll probably split this pocket and put like one over here on this side and then one on the other side instead of running this all the way across. Just because that's going to create a lot of bulk because this is a heavy cardstock. So, let's see. Let me go ahead and I'm going to run my pencil right down that score line. That just helps me out a little bit, seeing that. Don't have to do that if you got good eyes. It's just my eyes. I have to have a little bit of a line in order to see it. And then I'm going to cut this off right there. And then, oh yeah, this is going to be big enough. Now you don't want to get it too close to your fold, so you can pull it away just a little bit. Now you could do this with colored paper. You could do it with design paper, you know, paper that has different designs on it. I mean, there's all different ways that you can do it. You don't have to use the tea-dyed paper that I'm using. I just use it because I like it. Let's see. Yeah, I got both of those the same. Okay, I'm going to glue that there, and I'm just going to make sure when I fold over that this doesn't go into my fold or make any mishaps happen. So let's see, I'm thinking. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and punch. And let me see, I think I'll punch this one. This is a pretty sheet that came from, I think, Triple V Vintage as well. I think this is the same, from the same place. I think I purchased these last year, I believe. I don't know if she has any more of these, or she sent these to me. I can't remember. But she does do some beautiful tea dyed papers, or coffee dyed papers, or avocado dyed papers. She does a lot of different kind. Oops, it's trying to hang. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So letting your punches sit around is not good for them, in case you didn't know. It's just, they get, you know, I don't know, they don't rust up, but they get hard to use. So you need to use some aluminum foil or something to punch a few times before you try to use them on something. It just helps out. All right, so we'll put that across there. I'm just going to probably bring it down just a little bit and run it across there. I'm just going to cut it right there. I want to see some of you guys' designs. I know I've had a lot of you say that you're doing these along with us. And that's fantastic, but I want to see some of them. So you got to go over to our Facebook group and share over there so that I can see them. There we go. Fantastic. I like that. Okay. I want to ink this, even though it's stained. I want to ink it up on the edges just so that it'll pop a little bit more. Now, if you don't have a punch, you can just tear these in a particular, you know, tear them in a little pretty way, or you can cut them if you want to. Just fold your paper in half and cut a pretty design, like a little swirl or scallop or something like that. But sometimes you can pick up these little punches at yard sales and eBay and places like that for a little bit of nothing. Some of mine I have got at yard sales. So that, and we're going to put that right there, just like that. So I'm going to glue that down. And I'm just gluing this all the way down. This is not going to be a pocket. This is just going to be for decoration. And then bring your towel in to sop up any of that extra glue. Isn't that pretty? Let's put that down over there and see what it looks like. Oh, I think I'm going to like it. I'm going to put some extra glue. I am going to put some extra ink right here to darken that up a little bit. And some right here. And of course I could ink the edges after I put it down, but I'm just going to do it now. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Now remember, keep it as far away from your fold as you can, and it still fold over nicely, which that still folds good. So I don't run it straight up there to the fold. Okay, now we're going to do this one for this side. And we're going to do it the same exact way. Now stitching around these would be really pretty too. I just thought about that, but that would be really pretty. Okay, just making sure that that still folds over. Go ahead and do my ink. up here. Oops, I got a pencil mark right there. Need to get rid of. There we go. Now we're going to glue this side down. All right. There we go. Now it still folds up nicely. Isn't that pretty? So what it would look like, let me just get this page. Okay, let's say this page is one of the pages that we're going to be putting in. So you put that in there, maybe in between there, and then in the front you would have this one, that pocket, and then you'd flip through your journal, and in the back you'd have this one. So I love it. Love, love, love it. I will be making more of these. I just thought about this last night, and I thought, you know, we used to do that all the time in our mini albums and our scrapbook albums and things, and it would still work in a journal. You know, sometimes we think things that we did in our scrapbooking days and our mini album days, that won't work in a journal, but it will. It will work just the same. Now we want to make a couple of, 4 tags, don't we? I want to make 4 tags for this. So let me find some paper, and we will make 4 tags. This one I'm going to make kind of short because I don't want to cover all this up. Now, as usual, I am going to use these backings, and this is the backings for some of those Big Chat Tim Holtz. It's just ephemera backings, and I like to use those for my tags because, number one, they're kind of strong. I don't have to put anything on the inside, and they work great. So I have just cut the top of this one off. So cut 2 for this, and then I've just cut this one in half, and it works well for that. So that's what we're going to use. I'm going to go ahead and let's see what I think I want to put this paper on it. I know I've got all browns going here, but I'm going to add a little pop of color to it. But isn't that pretty? This is from Triple V Vintage as well. Beautiful. So I'm going to glue that down there. Now this is a heavier weight cardstock, or that is a heavier weight paper. It's not just copy paper. So I can go ahead and use my art glitter glue on there without worrying about it showing through. If you've got just a thin paper, I would use either a glue stick, or I would make sure that I used a little brush and brushed my glue on, because you don't want that glue to show through. Oops, slide it over, slide over. There we go. Okay, isn't that pretty? It's gorgeous. I will probably stitch around these. I was trying to think about it, but I probably will go ahead and stitch around them, because that just, I don't know, it adds another dimension. It adds another texture to the journal, and I just like the looks of it. Okay, I'm going to glue this one down right below that one. I'm just trying to save all the paper that I can. See, I even saved this one little piece right here. Alright. And these smell wonderful too. I don't know what combination of coffees she uses, but they smell so good. I could melt it in some hot water and drink it. See, that little piece will definitely be preserved. Okay, so there are the fronts of our tags. Now, I know that you can write on this, but it is kind of a slick surface, so I probably will cover this with something. Let's see if I have any paper right here. Well, you know what? We could just cover it with this. This is a thinner, like copyweight paper. Copier paper. It's a thinner paper, in other words. Okay. Let me think about this. Do I want to cover it? Yeah. Now I'm just going to use my glue stick on this, since that is a thinner paper. And I'm not going to go all the way to the edge, because like I said, I am going to stitch. But we'll go pretty close. Okay, then put this one down. Now we'll use our template and cut these into a tag shape. Okay, now we're going to use our little ribbon punch. We're going to punch a little ribbon hole in here. Right there. Okay. And these are in my Amazon store, these little ribbon punches. I need to empty, I think, the little tray here. Yeah, let's empty it. Oh yeah, it's full. There we go. So then we have 2 little ribbon punches there. I love my ribbon punch. I use it more than I do my little crocodile punch now. I mean, I use my crocodile punch when I'm sitting eyelets and things like that, but to make a punch for seam binding or something to go in, I just like this much, much better. It's time for a new sponge. This one is falling apart. I said that the other day, I know, but now I'm down to the wire. I've got to. Look at that. I just chew them up on this stuff. Okay, now I'm going to stitch around these real quick, and then we'll put the ribbon in there. Okay, we have those stitched around. I'm just going to cut these strings off. And I know some people leave those on. I'm not too fond of that, but you could leave them on if you want. So we've got that stitched around, and now we can put our, this is the pop of color that I'm going to add, because these are going to go in one of my fall journals. Whoops. And that is a seam binding from Triple V Vintage 2, I think. I'm pretty sure it is. They have some beautiful fall seam binding in their shop. I will link their store below. It's on Etsy. If I forget to link it, make sure that you nudge me, but I usually remember when I'm editing to write that down. Isn't that pretty? I love that. Okay, so that one can go. All right, now we do want to put something on them, of course, but I thought go ahead and slide them in there. Isn't that pretty? I love that. Okay, we're going to do the large ones, and then we'll add something to the front of those tags, I think. So let's go ahead and cover these. And I will probably just cut this part out. That way the video won't be quite so long. And because you know exactly how to cover tags and things like that. So I'll go ahead and get these ready, and then we'll come back and put some embellishments on the tags. Okay, we've got our large tags covered and stitched around. So now we just need to clip off these little strings, and we'll be ready to do a little bit of embellishing on them, and they'll be ready to go in there. I'm going to go ahead and cut a couple of pieces of this seam binding. Okay. Now, what do we want to embellish these with? Since these are going to go in my fall journal, I'll probably use some fall pieces. And I've got this little dried flower pack here. I have no idea where I got this. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? I like that. I think I'm going to put these on there. They're very, very pretty. Like I said, I don't know where I got these. They could have come from one of you. I'm not sure. I don't think we've had these in the shop before. I'll have to look and make sure. If there's a place that I can get them, I'll get more. But I don't remember having them. Because I would have surely grabbed me another pack. I found these actually on my desk where my granddaughter had been playing, so I don't know if she found them somewhere and just stuck them on my desk or what. Okay, trim that little thing off. There we go. So that one's on. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, I will have to look for these. Those are pretty. for large tags, these are fantastic. You know, it's hard to find something for large tags. You can always find things for small tags, but the larger tags is just hard. I'm pretty sure these probably come from China, but I don't think that probably AliExpress, but I don't think I ordered them. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. I think I want to put that right there. But I'll definitely try to find more if I can. So pretty. And then of course that leaf is going to have to be chopped off a little bit, but that's okay. Alright. Ooh, look at that. I love it. Okay, now we're going to put a little label on here. I'm trying to think of what label I might want. We never can go wrong with a Tracy Fox label, so let's go over and find one of hers. I need probably something a little bit dark, I think. Oh, I like that. Or do I want it up here? No, I want it down here. I like that one there. And then over here, nope, we need a dark one. Dark, dark, dark. Okay. That one says nature. That would be good there. And then I think I want a little number or something at the top. So let's go over to Tina's numbers. We might be able to use the larger ones on here. Let's try darker. Oh, what about this green? It's kind of a dark avocado. That would be good. And see, there's my number. If you get one of these journals, you'll have my number. Which I put my number in just about every journal. I try to make that a point. I don't know why exactly. It's just my thing. I'm going to go ahead and trim all of these out. Right, let's ink around these and then we'll put these down. And I think that's all that I'll do to this tag. I don't want to take away from any of the flower. So these are Tina Shabby Dabby Doodah, and I got that really crooked. And then the other ones are Tracy Fox Love Junk Journals on Etsy. And I don't always link them below, but I mean, you guys, all you have to do is go over there and search Shabby Dabby Doodah or search Love Junk Journals or Tracy Fox. Did I say Tina? Tracy Fox. And you will find her. This one says nature. So I think that's good to go right there. And number 8. Okay. And this is number 9. And this one says grass. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Now, you know the other thing that I want to do, and you guys are going to get sick of seeing me do this particular thing. This is some of that vellum that I dyed the other day with the ink. And I just put some double-sided adhesive on the back. And I like to use this as like the little piece of tape that's holding the flower down. Because, you know, on real flowers like this, when they put them on a page or something, they use that tape to hold them down with. And, you know, over years, that tape gets really brittle and old looking. So, it's what we're trying to replicate. Who knows if it's looks... To me, it looks a little bit like it, so I guess I'm the one that counts, right? Okay, put that little piece right there. There we go. And then this little piece right there. And I will try to remember to link the video that I did these in below so you can go over and check that out. But look at that. I love those. Okay, we're going to put these down in there. They're ready to go. And our seam binding will stick out the top, and I like that. Okay. Now we can put something on these little guys. And I have these. Ooh, that'll fit. I don't know if there's another one that small or not. Let's see. Well, this one's kind of large. I may just have to cut part of that off and put it on there. I could do it like that and just cut this little piece off. Let's try that. See if that works. And then I can use that piece somewhere else. Maybe this will work. We'll see. We'll see, I can use that somewhere else. And we can put this like it's coming in like that, and the other part of the flower is off the page. That will work. So let's go ahead and put these down. Whew. Don't stick yet. Not ready for you to. Always remember to take your bone folder or something, you know, heavy and press in on those real well so that they stick where you want them to and you don't see any of that edge around them, which these have got a clear edge around them so they don't really show. Now I'm wondering if I even want this little flower on there. I might just pull that in there like that. So this little flower I'm going to cut off. It's separate anyway, but it has that little bit of purple in there and I really don't want to pull that in. So I'm just going to clip that one off. I can use it somewhere else. And then this one we'll pull in like that. There we go. Okay. Oh, I love that. Okay, now we need 2 more little labels. And this little guy will be finished. Okay, I think I'm going to use some odd numbers on this one. These are again from Tracy Fox on Etsy. Okay, then I have these little labels, and these are from Tina, Shappy Dappy Doodah. Okay, let's glue these down, and these little tags will be finished. Alright, there are those. Let's put those in there. See how they look. Whoops, I got a little piece sticking up there. Let's glue that down. Oh, I love them. Love, love, love them. I do. That is a great page, and it's not that thick either, so you've got lots of room. And then when this is stitched in, of course, that will close up that pocket. Okay, guys, I think this is going to be the only page that we do today. I usually do a double page, you know, 2 different pages, so we did a double page here. And I think that's what we're going to do today. We will talk to you guys later. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.